What up, party people? How was your day? I had an amazing day. I had a huge revelation on my drive home today from this amazing hike I had in Pololū Valley on the north shore of the Big Island in Hawaii. Um, and it's kind of changed my perspective on a lot of stuff. So my drive home really helped me sort of integrate what today meant for me and how rest plays such a huge role in my life right now, but understanding what kind of rest I actually need in the moment or in the day or in the week. Um, because yeah, if you're not getting the right type of rest, you're not actually resting and you're just continuing this cycle of burnout and becoming, this crabby version of yourself that doesn't want to do anything, which, well, that's me anyway. So I went to this Pololū Valley. It's one of the first valleys on the north shore of the Big Island, and it is gorgeous. So you pull up to this lookout, and you have this pretty steep hike down. It's only about a half a mile, a little over half a mile, but it's a steep one. So you have to have like good hiking shoes and plenty of water. And then today was great because it wasn't a super sunny day. It was cloudy at first. And so it didn't feel chilly. It was still warm, but it wasn't burning hot like when the sun's out. So you have this steep hike down to the valley floor, which is this amazing um, black sand beach. And then kind of over the dune a little bit behind it is like this lake that's been forming, I'm sure, from the ocean, um, coming into the valley and then coming out and then leaving. There's kind of this like naturally formed like sand dune that's yeah, keeping this other water inland. And it's like this lush green forest. Like I said, black sand beach. The water, it's not a place you can really swim. It has like these rolling waves that just keep coming in. And you can tell that like it's probably has a pretty swift current pulling out. So it's mainly just for looking and lounging and enjoying like this beautiful scenery. So I got to just walk along the beach, sand in my toes, watch the water, take a gazillion pictures that I wonder if anyone will ever see. I mean, I'm sure I'll post some, but I swear one day I'm gonna pass away and whoever comes behind me is gonna look through my camera roll and be like, "Where's this place?" That's pretty dark. Anyway, uh, but as I was on this beach, I was just present and enjoying the day, which I've been kind of talking about through the last couple weeks, is just how it's hard for me to sometimes stay present because I'm always thinking about the next thing or what I need to do or plans I might have. And today I just got to be in the moment, relaxed, enjoying everything. And so as I was driving home, I was thinking about how rest in the past to me always meant like, oh, I just need a day off. I just need rest. I just need to lay in my bed all day long. Or I just want to lay on the couch all day long and watch TV. Or I just want to lay somewhere and read a book all day long. So rest to me in the past always basically involved like no movement, um, and then some sort of distraction, sleep, TV, a book, just a way to check out. And I was realizing that So prior to today, I was thinking this, I need rest, I need rest, I need rest. Oh no, I didn't realize it. Sorry, hopefully it hasn't been blurring out this whole time. Um, I was thinking, I need rest, I need rest, I need rest. And so the visions in my mind were, of course, that I was gonna uh like lay on the couch and do nothing all day and watch TV. And instead, I got this, invite to go on this hike. And I was like, yes, I definitely want to go on this hike. I feel like this is a great opportunity to see a new place on the island. And I went for the whole day and I realized that it's not that my physical body needed rest, it's that my mental and emotional bodies needed rest, right? Like, I didn't use my mind today, really. I mean, yeah, I like used it to drive and have a conversation, but I I didn't have to hold a lot of space, like mental space or emotional space. Like I could just like clear it all away. And then my physical body, though, moved most of the day, going down the hill, going back up the steep hill, which was much more strenuous than going down. And I just, it felt so good. And I realized rest doesn't mean doing nothing at all. It means my physical body still needed to move. I just needed to take a break from holding space mentally, holding space emotionally for other people or other things or other, responsibilities and hold space for myself or create space by just being in nature and being, present in the moment and letting my mind just, you know, do nothing. And I realized too that I've talked about this a little bit, but I want to touch on it because the friend I went hiking with, you know, it was so great to be in their presence because I didn't have to be turned on. Like, I know people say when you're like working or when you're, trying to do something, do a task, do this, do that, you have to be on. And I feel like, especially in a lot of my jobs, I've had to be on all the time, like go, 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 go. Say the right thing, do the right thing, be in the right place, think 5 steps ahead of your customer, think 5 steps ahead of the group. And there was no mental shutdown, there was no emotional shutdown, because then I'm also emotionally like holding space for every person in the room, basically, just because that's the type of person I am. And being with this friend of mine doesn't require any of that. It doesn't require mental like work. It doesn't require emotional work. It's just two people having fun, having conversations, like joking around. There's no like pressure to perform or there's no conflict to resolve. It's just someone easy to be around and caring and compassionate and just a good human and aligned with me. Whereas, there's certain people I feel like we have in our lives that like they do take mental energy from us. They do take emotional energy from us. And so it's not easy to be around those people. And that's one thing I'm trying to really work on is make sure that I am surrounding myself with the people who pour into me as much as I pour into them. If I give a, gosh, it did it again. I apologize. I'm not sure why the camera keeps blurring. It must be trying to autofocus on something. So, um, But back to the point is surrounding ourselves with people who bring light, love, um, excitement, energy, compassion, empathy into our lives, as opposed to being the one always giving that to other people and not necessarily always getting it in return. And so I definitely know that that's a huge goal for me this year is to start really discerning who I surround myself with and who I give energy to. Um, because yeah, if it's easy to be around you, I can be around you all the time. But if it's not easy, then like why waste my time with someone that I'm not aligned with, that it's not easy to be around. And I think it's the lighting changes, so it keeps blurring. Which is good because we're at the end anyway. Uh, it was amazing, such a revelation for me today to realize that rest doesn't always mean just doing nothing at all. It could mean still putting, still doing physical labor, still going for a walk, being in nature, moving our bodies, moving my body, and still having the rest mentally and emotionally. And it was such a huge, amazing day. And I can't, I'm so thankful to kind of have that separation now so that moving forward, I can know, okay, is this a day I need physical rest? Is this a day I just need mental rest, emotional rest? Like, which kind of rest do I need? Or is it all three? Because I can kind of change my definition now of rest and not just lump it all together into the not do anything for a whole day. I can still go for a walk or go for a hike or like spend the whole day at the beach. Um, but yeah, maybe taking that mental load down all the way the or maybe it's the physical, like I can still um do a bunch of stuff mentally, but like physically not do anything. It just judging by what kind of rest I feel like I need and then giving myself that particular kind of rest. So that's my day. I hope you guys had a good one. Have a nice night.